I like covered all. I think I covered all bases, right? My first memory of making music and wanting to make my own music was in 4th grade when this girl moved next door from Texas. I was growing up in Connecticut. She moved in and she was really cute, and I wanted to try to get her attention, so I went to the edge of our property and I just started playing my trumpet to try to get her attention, and then she came out, so I was like, oh well, I guess music is good for something. My buddy Greg, he had a guitar, and we would go to Greg's basement and write and record songs together, and then I would come with these songs like, yo dude, check out the song I wrote, and we kind of fell in love with it together. It was both of our dreams to like go out to California, go out to Los Angeles and make our music and just become these rock stars and get record deals. It was our dream. We're gonna go everywhere. Austin tomorrow, and then the following day, and then New Mexico, and then Arizona, and then LA.
Is it good?
Stupid good. After college, I moved to LA. I got a job working in the music industry. I just wanted to get my foot in the door. I would be moonlighting at night as like this aspiring musician. I started to build up a nice little following with my project that I started that I called Blue Blazer, just by like hustling. I played the Roxy, the Viper Room, the House of Blues. After I played the Troubadour, for something for work, I had to reach out to this manager, and he managed all of these really big bands in London. And of course, I sent him my music. He's like, I love the song. He had a band that was playing at the Hollywood Bowl. He met me in LA, and then he basically convinced me to move to London, like record like a few songs to try to get like a record deal. I gave up my apartment, I quit the job that I was working, I sold my car, I sold a surfboard, I sold everything I had, and had just enough to get over to London, where I slept on my cousin's couch. But it wasn't what I had dreamed it to be.
Maybe I'm a little scared. Maybe I'm unprepared.
I was so naive that I thought like, oh, I'm gonna go over there and record a song, and then I'm gonna be off to the races, and I'm gonna be taking over the world, but it obviously didn't work like that at all.
Maybe dreams, they are just for sleep. Maybe I'm in too deep. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
I ended up going back home and living at home with my parents. You know, I was just washing dishes, driving Uber in my local town, and like little high school girls would be asking me like, why don't you have a real job? I got a call from London, figured it might be good news, and basically the guy told me that he was dropping me and he didn't have time to work with me anymore. So I was just back to square one.
Someone I can't see, I wanna go.
Judah, remember Johnny?
The Ben Kweller story.
Basically, Liz and I were just walking down the street in Venice. This dude comes up to me and was like, "Hey man, sorry to bother you. My name's Johnny. I'm a huge fan of yours. I make music. I have this band called Blue Blazer," and it was really cool to meet him on the street, and we were stoked. Then, a few months later, me and Liz are in Connecticut. She's from Connecticut, so we're like visiting some friends in Rowayton, and they have one little food market, you know, so we were there like lunchtime getting some sandwiches or something. And this dude taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey man, I'm the guy that met you on the street across the country in Venice." It was just like one of those strange, like meant to be, you know, encounters. Once again, Johnny went through my website and emailed someone on my team, sent over like 2 or 3 tunes, and I was immediately blown away by it.
We take the long way home back from San Francisco.
I was like, yeah, dude, come out to Texas. If you feel like coming out here, we got this ranch where I'm doing all my work, and let's just sit in a room and come up with some music.
Growing up, I listened to so much Ben Kweller, and he kind of like taught me how to write songs. I would listen to his like these beautiful like love songs and be like, oh, that's how you do it.
Hip to hip until the sunrise. And when we kiss, we close our eyes. See the world for what it is. Falling in love ain't just for kids.
Right when I got there, it was really cool. Like, I kind of just told him everything that I'd been going through, just how heartbreaking it was, and I think something really resonated with him. From that moment on, like, he just kind of took me under his wing, and then we would start working together.
Yeah, falling in love ain't just for kids.
I've worked with lots of writers, you know. I've written with people in Nashville, LA, New York. There was a connection with me and Johnny that I've never felt before. I mean, there was one day where we just worked all day, all night, and I don't think we stopped at all, barely to eat. We ended up putting together a whole album of music together.
I explained to him my whole like situation on how it didn't pan out with this manager. He dropped me, but I got an offer from a record label over there to do an album. He was like, yeah, like you should definitely do that, definitely take it. And I ended up like with like the guidance of Ben, like going ahead and taking that deal and then going back over to London and recording a full album. The second time going back to London, it was a whole different set of circumstances because I signed with this record company and I was set up in this beautiful studio. I started working with this producer, Charlie Russell. I recorded this album. I made some really great memories, some awesome friends, some really, I think, really awesome music. All of the dream scenario things. Got back to LA after finishing doing the album, and I got a text right when we landed, and I turned my phone back on from my mom, basically saying, "You need to come home. Dad had a stroke, and he's probably not going to make it." My dad was like the least musical person in the history of music. Couldn't dance, couldn't sing, couldn't do anything, but he encouraged me so much in terms of music. At the hospital, saying our goodbyes, I got some of the songs on my laptop and I brought it into his right next to him and in his room, and I played him the songs from my album, and I could just see his foot moving and his thumb going up, and he was hearing it and he was loving it, and I got to share that with him, which was really special. He knows that I'm doing what I should be doing and doing what makes me live a fulfilled life. I write music to make myself feel better, and I get this buzz from writing a song. It just starts with like one single line. If one line sounds cool to me, I kind of take that and just run with it. Driving across country and being in like the big open West and seeing the desert, like that reminds me of being like 15 years old, like daydreaming of driving my car across the country, which is a part of this big dumb dream I have. I'm terrible at putting together puzzles. It's not that's not my lane, you know? And if I was starting and trying to put together this puzzle and it was getting better and better and better, and then someone just came and just wiped it off the table, I'm not getting back up and picking those pieces to put back together. Like, because I know I'm not good at doing puzzles. But with songs and writing songs and singing songs and expressing myself, I know I'm good at that, and I know I can do that, and I really enjoy doing that. So if someone comes and stomps on that dream, like, it doesn't matter, I'm still gonna go pick up those pieces and try to keep doing that. I just know I can do this. I know I can. So why not? Is your boyfriend from high school? We're driving across the country, and I grew up here. We're gonna drive all the way back out to LA where I'm living now, and I got an album that I'm releasing. The project's called Modern Love Child. Well, it's not the same. I think about the lake.
Was Venice the original, or was Roaten?
Venice.
Okay. I have jam. Well, dude, I have jamnesia.
About you. It's taking pictures of the moon. Oh, pictures of the moon.
St. Louis is cool. We tried to do an open mic at this bar called the Venice Cafe, and it just turned out everybody was on acid.
I'm just taking a video.